This is another episode of Always Be Connecting, and my name is Lindsay Houston from Storytellers Australia. Today we are talking about the entrepreneurial journey when you're starting a business and the business is very young, the kind of connections that you need to make for it to be successful. In the start of 2022, Jonty White started a business called One Click Tradies, and he is talking with us here today. Thank you. Hello, Jonty.
Hey, how are you?
Very, very good, thank you. So talk us through a little bit about how you decided to start your own business. So how long were you thinking about it? Where did you start? What's the story?
At the start of 2022, I'd been in the construction industry for around 5-6 years. And I'd been thinking about something like One Click Tradies that sort of was an improvement on platforms that are already out there for most of that time. And then at the start of 2022, I had a fall at work, which I injured a bunch of discs in my back and did some nerve damage, which put me out of work for just over 6 months, where I couldn't really do anything that wasn't bed or couch related. So decided, why not keep my mind busy while not doing anything? You can only watch so many shows on Netflix before you go crazy. Researching who to be in contact with, touched on my own network of people who were in the tech industry per se, and people that had started their own businesses. Filtered through an uncountable amount of agencies that would help me develop something like this. And then, found an agency down in Melbourne who sort of were running a crash course for startups, which is what I needed, because as a tradie I hadn't really done anything to do with business or tech. I just knew I wanted to do this and make a difference in the industry. So did that. It was an 8-week crash course, and then started planning out the MVP and going into a few sprint stages of the build. Okay. So it all came pretty quickly.
Who were your supporters in the early days? Did you have people in business or in your life who backed you?
Well, obviously my parents backed me. They back me with whatever I do. My partner, she was really supportive and was she was pushing for me to keep my mind busy rather than just sit there and go crazy on the couch. And then people in my sporting club, so Eastern Suburbs Rugby, a lot of them were very helpful with what they were, and helpful and generous with what they were willing to give, whether it was perspective or connections that they had spent many hours creating. That was a big pushing factor.
Do you think like being real vocal with what you were doing, sounds like you weren't shy in the early stages to be like, this is what I've been thinking about, this is what I want to do?
I was pretty shy to tell mates and people who I knew were in the construction industry. It's a bit of a daunting thing telling people an idea when there's already similar sort of platforms out there. People go, why wouldn't I just use this? Why wouldn't I just do that?
Because from my own experience of starting a business, like in the early days, I did everything myself. The real turning point for me was realizing that a business is not built from one person. You know, like you need all of the skills of different people to really put in strong foundations. So did you have a similar experience, or did you always know that you needed a team from the start? or how did that happen?
Yeah, I knew I needed a team. It was just trying to, I guess, let go of the reins and give control to other people. It's like, yeah, giving your baby to someone else. You don't really.
Yeah.
It's a bit tough to sort of go, here's my baby. Take care
and
of
being
it.
able to sort of turn be able to like turn away and go, okay, you just do your thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to look over your shoulder anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas they're the professionals, so they know exactly what they're doing. You just need to trust them 100%, which, yeah, I've learnt now. It's the best. I can't do everything in the business. It's, good to have a bit of a break every now and then. So
tell us a little bit about One Click Tradies, like what it is and how it works.
Yeah. So basically it's a tradie directory and job posting platform. So it allows customers to go on the platform, connect with tradies, either by searching them up and reaching into their profile where they've got all their information from mobile and email to Instagram handles and stuff like that, past work, past reviews. And then they can either search tradies that way, or if they can't find the right tradie for the fit, they post a job and then I go and try and find tradies in our network to complete that job. So if there's already tradies bidding on it, that's perfect. But a lot of the time it's a specialised type of job where they've gone, can't find anyone, I'll post it on One Click Tradies. So it's a bit tough to try and find trades all the time, but there's also a lot of jobs where there's tradies jumping at the job, and it'll get 15 or 20 different quotes, and the quotes come in a quote range. So the customer isn't scared when the tradie rocks up and actually sees the job and the price is a lot higher.
Yeah.
So they can give a variable price where it's, say, $2,000 to $3,500, and once they get there, it comes to $3,250, just to give it a peace of mind.
What are the drawbacks of other things though? Like, why wouldn't people go through Google? And
if you're just going through Google, you spend a lot of time opening a tab, closing a tab, opening a tab, closing a tab. With One Click Tradies, you can literally just post a job and tradies come to you. They get notified on their end once someone posts a job. We also post it to Facebook and Instagram in case people who are following are looking for work and have just been sort of on the fence about signing up. Then they can sign up and bid for the job there. It also gives you the peace of mind as a customer to see all their information just in one spot. So it's got license numbers, ABNs.
Yeah.
So you're not having to go dig and jump barriers to try and find this information.
And then what about the flip? What's the benefits for tradies?
For tradies. So tradies are able, once subscribed, they're able to be registered in the tradie directory, which is seen by all customers in the search radius of the tradie, or search radius of the customer. If the tradie's in that, they'll be able to see which tradies are there. Tradies can also bid on any jobs within their selected field on the platform, and they have unlimited amounts of bids, unlike on other platforms where you get 3 bids, you get a few more bids, and then you have to start paying for bids or paying for like a percentage per click.
Because it can be steep.
Yeah, that's a big reason I decided to create it. So One Click Tradies is really cost effective. $250 for the year, which is less than $1 a day. So most people make that back in their first job they complete on the platform, or in exposure through our social channels and our newsletters and stuff like that. So I didn't like the way other platforms were priced. It's really gouging the tradies, not allowing them to excel in the industry and grow their business, because there's so much going out, and if they're not getting much in, they can lead to stress and they start doing rash jobs.
And it's tradies for tradies as well. Hey,
yeah, I'm
know their struggles and
so there's also, so anyone can sign up as a customer. You don't have to be a client to sign up as a customer. You can be a tradie and post jobs for tradies or look for tradies. That's one of the main things that I wanted in there as well, was to be able to find, if no one shows up, say the concreter doesn't show up, the tiler doesn't show up, you can just go on, sign up, it's free for customers, sign up, oh, there's a tiler in Narrabeen, or there's a tiler in Mascot. You can call them up straight away from the tradie directory and get in contact and see what their availabilities are.
So there's a few things going on there that you have to sort of build your network in. So you got your tradie network, you got a marketing network, a development network, a business network.
Yeah, it's a lot of different branches that come off what I was thinking was just going to be a small little business at the start, but turns out there's a lot of different cogs that need to be turning to make something like this happen.
And where are you meeting people? How are you getting out and about?
So LinkedIn is a big one, Instagram as well. A lot of the tradies I'm finding on social media, which I've met quite a few of them in person, and they're just your typical tradie, just a really good person. Yeah. Just really, really happy to encourage growth in the industry, not to you sort of tell the ones that don't want to and you keep away. You just sort of keep the network positive.
Yeah.
And then, LinkedIn is a big one. LinkedIn and Facebook groups for the tech and marketing side of things.
Yeah. I think Facebook groups are often underrated. Hey, like.
Yeah, or because it takes a lot to run a Facebook group to keep all the spam and everything out. So once you find a good one,
players.
Yeah, once you find a good one, it's good, and you can grow a network like that. It's amazing how many people are willing to help, especially if you're a local. So,
and because tradies by definition are local. Hey, like that's what
Yeah.
Find me a plumber in my suburb.
Yeah, your selected suburb. There's a lot, and there's a lot of quality tradies in each suburb. There's a lot that are also travelling like massive distances now. I know during COVID I was travelling up to an hour and a half just to be able to work. So there's a lot that are travelling that can't find work in their suburbs, but in the more affluent suburbs there's work going on every which way. There's renovations, there's people paying to fix simple things. It's
So do you find like finding some of these people is a local job? It's like, do you know somebody in this suburb, and who do they use?
Yeah.
So it's more of a pub networking thing than a...
Yeah. You tend to trust people around you more, like in your suburb, or because a lot of people just search tradies near me because people in their suburb have used them before and they come a lot quicker.
Yeah.
They will be able to do whatever project or job it is a lot quicker than, say, someone who's travelling from the northern beaches of Sydney down to the Sutherland Shire. It's someone in the Sutherland Shire will be able to do that job or try and fit it in a lot quicker and a lot cheaper because they're not having to travel up to 2 hours there and back, cart all their tools and materials as well. So, yeah.
And so a lot of referrals, a lot of...
Yeah, that's a big thing that I wanted to sort of push on with One Click Tradies is the reviews. So you can see who's reviewed the tradie and where they're located. So you can see, this tradie's in North Sydney. He's done a lot of jobs in North Sydney. They think he's great. Here's what they have to say about him, and stuff like that, just to increase the quality of the tradies using the platform and to, I guess, give an ease of mind to the customers when they're selecting them as well, along with all the other features that are in the platform. Yeah.
What's next? Who do you need next in your team to sort of get to the next level?
Funding and tech is
they're heavy subjects though, both of those. Hey,
they're ongoing
things to get your head round.
Yeah, but yeah, you can always use more money to grow something. It's just I've probably been lucky bootstrapping it and paying for it all out of my wages as a carpenter. I haven't just splashed money at things. I've had to sort of do a risk analysis on every little thing I do, that think about it, see how other people have done it. Is there a better way I can do it? If not, go for it, sort of thing. But yeah.
But looking back, what have you seen about how you've connected with people, who you've connected with? I did that at the right time, or that was the wrong move, or...
Yeah, I've made a lot of mistakes that it was probably just me being naive, I guess.
We don't know till you know. Yeah,
having too much trust in people, just seeing people at face value when business is a dog-eat-dog world.
Need a bit of due diligence. Yeah.
And even with due diligence, there's a lot of people who sneak through the cracks. There's a lot of people who come highly accredited but will think of themselves before they think of you because of their businesses.
We're all doing that though, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's tough. I've learned a lot, and I've learned to look into everything a bit with an open mind.
Yeah.
In a way, and not just see someone for what they're promising you, but to like actually look and test them a bit first, because now I know a bit more about the tech side. I've been doing courses on the tech side, courses on the marketing side, just to sort of upskill myself so I know
enough
what they're talking about as well, and knowing that they're not trying to, I guess, rip me off and take money from someone who doesn't really know what they're doing.
Have you got a few methods for due diligence, like when you meet somebody new, like just to work that part out?
I try and keep it within my network at the moment. So if someone reaches out regarding wanting to work with One Click for whether it's tech or marketing, I usually see if they have connections, especially on LinkedIn, with people that I've worked with before that I really liked.
Yeah, sure.
And if they do, I'll shoot them a message and ask, what do you think? What are your thoughts? Are they a good fit for what I'm trying to do? Will they pick up what the systems are? Because it's a pretty intricate system, the way it's all jumbled into just one web app. It's, for people, it takes a lot of people a long time to get their head around everything that's going on, especially in the back end of the website. So yeah,
that's a really cool idea, because my due diligence, I just tend to sort of Google them and sort of from the business angle, like check their ABN, check their profile, but I've never thought to actually sort of reach out to the network, because Sydney's getting smaller and smaller. And we do know everyone has got a connection,
Yeah, everyone knows someone. It's Australia, especially the business world in Australia, is a really small. It's massive, but really small in terms of you're always going to meet someone that knows someone that you know, or something like that.
Yeah.
And I found out that doing just an ABN check and sort of looking at their profile or their website is, because they're always going to sell the best version of themselves. They're not going to.
You're right. It's only part of the.
Yeah, they're not going to say, "Oh, I'm not going to. I don't turn up all the time," or
I'm really aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just my way of trying to weasel out all the players that aren't there to actually do good quality work and be trustful.
How many tradies would you like to be connected on One Click Tradies?
I've got just over 1,000 now. So ultimately by the end of 2024, I'd like to double that and have around half subscribing, because it's free to sign up, but there's no lock-ins. You can always delete an account, but then once you subscribe, you have access to everything. All our network, everything that comes with One Click Tradies, the tradie directory, the unlimited job bidding, and we have partner discounts with our partners that we've starting to get a lot more partners now that it's growing. But some of them are throwing in some great deals.
Yeah, go on. Can you give us some example? What kind of partners?
So at the start of the year, I partnered with Henry, which helps tradies with a lot of their tax needs.
Very cool. Yeah.
So sole traders mainly, but it allows them just to pay for everything, and then it's all done in the app. So at tax time, it's all sorted. They don't have to go grab receipts. They don't have to go through the bottom of the ute through toolboxes to find Bunnings receipts and stuff like that. It's all just in the app. So we've teamed up with them to give their tradies 25% off using Henry 25 on One Click Tradies, and then our tradies get the first $5,000 free when paying through their platform. So that allows you to get, I guess, acquainted with how Henry all runs without having to go, oops, stressing about it. So,
What are you looking for when you partner with people? Is it like the goal here is to support the trade industry? Yeah.
So values that align would be the main one, making it easier for tradies, or if there's something that can help tradie safety, tradie mental health. We're also partnered with Hazard Co. And ForMind, which ForMind's a new mental health business that sort of touches on everything mental health in a different way to like all the ones that are out there already.
Because a lot of tradies are sole traders.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of pressure of
stressed. It's
supporting a business and everything that comes with it by themselves. So also like a bit of a, from your own journey of understanding needing a team behind you and the connections to then build this partner network.
Yeah. We're trying to build a network that makes it as easy as possible for tradies to take, because it is mentally straining and physically straining. It's one of the most underappreciated jobs there is, I think. It's every day just grinding and
do it now.
Physical labor, plus in the back of your mind trying to wrap your head around quoting and who do I need to reply to, who do I doing that with all of family life and friends, and it can all get a bit much. So teamed up with Joel from Foremind to help with tradies' mental health. He's a tradie as well who's started his tech journey and just from his own experiences trying to help everyone.
If people want to find out more about One Click Tradies, maybe they want to be a partner, maybe they want to be a tradie, maybe they've got a whole heap of jobs in their house that need to be done. Like, where do they go?
So it's www.oneclicktradies.com.au is the web app. And then, or you can find us on socials. It's One Click Tradies as the handle for pretty much everything. There's links in the bios of that to all of our partners, the website, any information that we deem people should know. And then LinkedIn, if you're wanting to partner, or even email, just Jonty at oneclicktradies.com.au is the best. It's a one-man team, so it's
pretty cool as well that you're willing to sort of put your face on it. So many apps are faceless. You don't know who's behind it. So like to have that connection of like who you are and that you have the right intentions to support the tradie industry and everybody involved in it, I think that's very cool.
Yeah. Well, that's a thing that I sort of don't, not respect, but don't really like about other platforms and other apps that are out there, is they're just behind the screen and they haven't really done anything like what the tradies are doing in their life. So I'm trying to make it like what I would want after getting home from a long day at work or being at work and having messages come in, and just trying to make it as easy and flow as well as it can without having to put as much effort in day to day, because it's on top of work. That's more business effort that you're having to, I guess, go over when you should be relaxing.
Beautiful. Yeah, very cool. Thank you so much for talking with us. I know a few tradies, so I'm excited to
tell them about it.
To hook you up, hopefully, in a casual setting, so we can get to know each other.
That'd be great. Yeah. If anyone wants to reach out, feel free. I'm always open for a chat.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, awesome. Thanks very much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. If you want to leave a review or a rating on our podcast, we will really appreciate that. Thank you so much. See you next week.